As you said, sometimes it takes multiple months to close a deal, right? And the complexity of decision makers only increasing these days.
Correct.
What are the other obstacles that come in the path to closing and winning more deals?
Correct. So people is the most important aspect. When you see people in large corporates, you will have this concept of either internal rotation, which are happening, or the key person whom we are interacting, moving on or out of the organization. And for good reason, the person might get a promotion or elevation as well. And then that's the most important thing, because even if it's a large organization, corporation, it's only a set of people who own that project or engagement, or who are directly taking that particular decisions. So what's happening is any change in the key stakeholder, especially for that particular engagement or for that particular priority, if there is a change, it impacts. And in this particular thing, the sense of urgency is also something which can help, because I know for sure there are people who actually sign a particular document and the next day they are out of the system. Right? I just share an example. There was this particular situation when I was serving an IT services company, and my colleague he was handling the sales for Tamil Nadu. He had done all the homework when it comes to securing a large government order for my company, and the things are done and the file is ready. And all that, and the moment the signature is affixed on that particular file, the order is placed on my company. Right? The entire paperwork is done. It is printed and it's lying in the table of that particular IAS officer. The previous evening, there is an order which comes saying that he is transferred to new department. All right. So now this could be the entire 360-degree things can take a change after going through 6 to 9 months of pursuit, and of course the other person may still continue the project, but what, why, how, and whole lot of questions follow. And one of the smartest thing, one of the people in my team in our organization did was he had a good mapping in the account, and the mapping is not only with the senior level, he knew the driver of that particular IAS officer. Right. And what the smart guy did is he called the driver and said, would he be coming to office? Right. Because he will be going from one location and he will be going to the other thing. Would he be coming to the current office where the file is there? And he said, I'm not sure. Is it possible you could make it? This is a very big ask. How can you bring IAS officer to his thing? So he said, I will see. And the thing, what happened is, a particular meeting he concluded, and he was on his way going, and this officer said, sir, we need to fuel our car, and there are designated points or what you call locations, and he said we will do it in our office or near to that office. Then the officer came to that, they had some time, and he just stepped in, and he saw that particular important things. When he was demitting the office, what are the important things which are lying on his table, and on top of the file was the order to place the business on our organization, and he signed it. So it is not that the CEO was very critical in this, but it is just the driver who made it actually the deal possible. Still, it would have gone through. I had he moved and his successor would have come, but there is a whole lot of ifs and buts which would come. So this type of very, very important aspect is the people aspect, and how the people would think, and between day one and day two, what can the human mind is so fragile and finicky that things can happen. So that's I would put it as the most important aspect, because what is priority for individual A may or may not be priority for individual B who is occupying the same position the next day. All right. So that's the important lesson we learned, and and mapping at all levels, and not only at a very senior CXO level, as I told you, at a very, very junior level, or just the sequence of files when it actually kept in some of the government organization makes a difference, because there is first in, first out, and in the sequence in a particular day, he may be saying say 10 things, and if yours is going to be the 9th or 8th, it doesn't make a thing. If it's on the top, because they will be called for meetings quite often. If it's on the top, the possibility of getting the initial is very high. So that's how even days and months in deals get shifted or accelerated, Priya.